When you first get to the beach and you're parking your car, don't forget your kids are more excited about being there than even you are. And so the best thing to do, keep them next to the car because other drivers are looking for parking spots, or maybe they're looking at the ocean, or they're looking at the waves, or where they're going to put their stuff. And so they're not looking out for your kids, so you need to look out for them.
Parking lots, service roads, bike paths are areas that can be very dangerous because you've got bicyclists, skateboarders, rollerbladers, scooters, all different types of activity.
So we always tell parents, be mindful in the parking lot of other cars, be careful crossing the service road, and always keep a hold of your kid until you get to the sand.
And protect your feet by wearing sandals, especially on hot days. The sun can heat up the sand and it can burn the bottom of your feet. So definitely when you show up, wear some good shoe wear. Beach umbrellas are good to bring to the beach. They provide shade and protection from the sun. So they'll keep you from getting dehydrated. Definitely bring them. Note of where the lifeguard is because you want to swim near a lifeguard.
When you come to the beach, know where you're going and where you are. All of our lifeguard towers have some type of letter or number indicating their location.
Make a note of your location on the beach and just assess your condition.
And those are some of the tips you can use just to keep your kids safe and you safe at the beach that day.
We actually have a rule about digging holes in the sand. Our guideline is nothing deeper than knee deep.
Beach is not a big sandbox. If you dig a hole that's deeper than knee deep, it becomes another hazard that lifeguards are very concerned about. Because when people go into those holes, the lifeguards can't see them. And the lifeguards do patrol on the beach with trucks and ATVs, and certainly want to be aware of where everybody's located. But beyond that, we have had incidents of sand collapse, which can be very dangerous and often fatal.
I know kids like to dig holes, especially big deep ones, or they don't realize that the holes can just cave in and bury you in a second.
Tunneling into the side of a berm is strictly prohibited. The danger being that sand is very unstable. Kids just are drawn to those sand berms.
These guys actually tunneled into this berm, so it was maybe like 4 to 5 feet in. I looked and I was like, are you guys trying to kill yourselves?
What they don't know is that when they tunnel in like that, the sand can collapse on them. Sand is very, very heavy. They can actually suffocate, and there's no air in there. Now they're trapped, they can't move. The other hazard with digging holes is that you dig a hole and most people are not gonna bury it. It leaves this big hole, somebody walking down the beach, not watching where they're going, and fall into the hole and they can get injured. So we really, really do discourage people from digging deep holes.
It's important to protect yourself using sunglasses, sunscreen, clothing, hats, all those things. But also, don't forget to stay hydrated because you're in an environment where it's very hot. The body needs to be replenished. So hydrate your body, drink lots of water, and if you have any problems, don't forget to talk to the lifeguard.
We have a situation called heat exhaustion where people get down to the beach, they're excited, they're playing, they maybe haven't had a good breakfast. Before you know it, they're not really drinking, following up with fluids, and they start getting dizzy. They're gonna be pale, they're gonna be clammy, a little diaphoretic. Usually they pass out, it's almost like a simple fainting episode. We take the victim, lay them in the shade, get them some fluids, and after about 10-15 minutes, they're usually okay to go back out. When you have heat stroke, it's different. You're hot, you're red, you're dry, your sweating mechanism has stopped working, and your body's in danger of overheating. It's a true medical emergency. That person needs to get to shade, they need to get to a hospital, and they need to get hydrated, and they need to get cooled down.
If you suspect that someone's suffering from heat stroke or heat exhaustion, stop them, slow down their activity, try to cool them down. You can do that through little water baths or putting some cold packs underneath their armpits, or sitting them in the shade, remove any constricting clothing that they're wearing, and try to get them little sips of water. If they start to stop sweating, that's the key that you have a bigger emergency on your hand, and that is time to call 911.
We have fire rings on our beach that people like to use. Bonfire is a Southern California tradition.
It's important if you're having a bonfire to make sure that the coals are absolutely cool when you're done.
People like to burn big fires in them at the night, so sometimes when you show up during the day, the coals in the fire pits will still be hot.
Throwing sand on top of the hot coals will just heat up the sand. It won't cool down the coals.
You don't actually want to put sand on the fires because it makes the sand hot and it doesn't actually appear hot.
You need to be safe around the fire ring. They can be really dangerous. There are hot coals inside the fire rings. people get into the fire rings, they can get burned.
Make sure that kids don't play unattended around the fire pits, and that you always act as if they're hot.
They are prone to falling in, and they'll get serious burns, which can be life-threatening.
If we see children standing on the fire rings, we're on it immediately. We have a rule about standing on the fire rings, tell the parents to keep them off. If they fall into the fire ring, they can get burned.
The best way to ensure your fire is out and cool is to douse it thoroughly with water.
So just be wary of fire pits.
Any athletic activity, one should have one's senses about them, and that means any kind of substance that can alter the senses, whether it's beer or alcohol of other sorts or mind-altering substances, should be avoided.
Alcohol and water just do not mix. We don't want people to get drunk and then go in the water.
Alcohol impairs a person's ability to swim safely.
You don't have as good a judgment, and so when you end up in a dynamic and dangerous environment, it can be deadly.
A lot of times people who have been drinking at night down by the beach will think that it's fun to go out in the water. It's dark, the lifeguards are not on duty. You can't really tell what the currents are doing, and there's nobody that can watch you to protect you.
They'll go out in the water and get pulled out. More often than not, it's a friend that'll raise the call just to say, hey, I was out in the water with my friend, I came out, he or she didn't.
Many of the fatalities that occur at the beach are a direct result of alcohol.
Alcohol is a big no-no at the beach.